Welcome back to The Rundown. I'm your host, Matthew Stell. We've got a lot of news to cover today, so let's get started. The confirmation of Supreme Court nominee Judge Brett Kavanaugh is still up in the air, as this past weekend a second woman has come forward accusing Kavanaugh of inappropriate behavior. Deborah Ramirez says while at Yale University, Kavanaugh exposed himself to her at a bar. Ramirez does admit that she was inebriated and is not entirely sure if the man was in fact Kavanaugh. This account comes after Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, a professor from Palo Alto, California, accused Kavanaugh of sexually assaulting her at a house party in the early 80s when she was just 15 years old. Dr. Ford has agreed to testify before the Senate this week. Judge Kavanaugh denies both accusations and in an interview with Fox News said, quote, "I'm not going anywhere." This week, Bill Cosby was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in a state prison after being convicted for the sexual assault of Andrea Constand. The 81-year-old was denied bail and immediately led out of the courtroom in handcuffs. Cosby will be required to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life. Cosby's lawyers say they will appeal the conviction, calling it, quote, "the most racist and sexist trial in the history of the United States." Cosby's wife, Camille, who was not at the sentencing, said in a statement that her husband had not been granted the right to a fair trial. After weeks of pressure and questioning, the Dallas Police Department has officially fired Amber Geiger, the officer charged with the murder of 26-year-old Botham Jean. Geiger is accused of shooting and killing Jean when she mistaked his apartment for hers after working a 15-hour shift. Dallas County District Attorney Faith Johnson believes that the grand jury could possibly charge Geiger with a tougher crime than just manslaughter due to the influx of witness accounts and more evidence. Last week, John's body was taken back to his home country of St. Lucia for his burial. This past week, an historic summit between North and South Korea took place, and our Rundown contributor, Nguyen, is here to recap and give us some insight on the meeting between these two world leaders.
On Tuesday, September 18th, South Korean President Moon Jae-in arrived in North Korea to begin the 3-day summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. A long-held dream of President Moon, the summit was to discuss denuclearization and to resolve any post-war tensions. During a conference in Pyongyang, President Moon said that North Korea will take down its Dongcheng-ri missile engine test site and launch pad and would also close its Yongbyon nuclear facility if the United States would follow suit. Both leaders signed a peace agreement on Wednesday, September 19th, and to conclude the monumental step forward, the two climbed Mount Paek-2, a symbolic landmark to Korean culture, the next day, September 20th. The mountain, an active volcano, contained hidden camps and historical sites from the Korean War with the Japanese. Upon reconnecting at this site, the leaders promised to write a new chapter for Korean history, one that marks the end of the 1950s Korean War. In response to this, Kim Jong-un wants another audience with President Donald Trump to discuss further actions that can be taken. After the two's unprecedented talk in Singapore last June, Kim wants to continue the conversation and complete denuclearization as soon as possible. If all goes according to President Moon's vision, not only will a unified Korea be within reach, but also peace of mind from the threat of nuclear war. Matthew?
Thanks, Wee. As it relates to higher education, Rice University announced a new financial aid package that has students and parents talking. According to Rice's administration, students whose family income is less than $65,000 will receive a full-ride scholarship covering the tuition and room and board of those students. Students whose family income is between $65,000 and $130,000 will receive a scholarship that will cover their tuition. And students whose family income is between $130,000 and $200,000 will have at least half of their tuition covered by a scholarship as well. Rice says it wants to take the lead on reducing student debt and making it easier for low-income students to attend college. So, what do students here at the University of Houston have to say about this? Ejiofor is our man on the street to get some opinions.
Hey Cougs, I'm Ejiofor with Coug TV, and I'm here to find out if students know about Rice University's financial aid plan for 2019. Okay, so I'm here with Bernard. Have you heard about Rice University's financial aid plan for 2019?
I actually haven't heard of it.
All right, so last week Rice announced that middle-income families are going to be given free tuition to go to the school. So that means families making anywhere from $65,000 to $130,000 are going to be given free tuition. How does that make you feel?
I think it's a great idea for Rice to get students in that income bracket into their school for free, because a lot of individuals who may not have had the opportunity to attend Rice, the opportunity to do that, so I think it's a great thing.
Most people, if anything, they can go to community college, but they don't have the chance to kind of go to these prestigious universities, so I think it's pretty awesome.
Do you think something like that should be implemented at UH?
I think that something like that should be implemented, but maybe not to the extent of everybody who fits into that category.
I definitely think it should, mostly because I come from a lower income background, and I feel like it would definitely help alleviate the stress that lower income students and like middle class students feel for paying for college.
Do you know about U of H's very own financial aid plan?
I didn't, and someone's going to need to slide me that info. Hopefully I qualify.
We actually do have a financial aid plan here. It's called the Cougar Promise, but it's really only for incoming freshmen, and it's if your family makes up to $50,000. So the stipulations are very limited. Do you think you're going to try to transfer to Rice now after hearing about this financial aid plan?
No, not going to Rice. Definitely not.
No, why would I want to go there when I go to the best university in the world?
There you have it, UH. Again, I'm Ejiofor. Now back to Matthew Stell in the studio.
Well, thanks for joining us today. Remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And for all of us here at Coug TV, we'll see you next time.